This episode has been brought to you by My Extraordinary Productions, now editing your films and demo reels. Click the link in the description to learn more. Hi everyone, today we're talking about the pros and cons of joining a choir or a chorus or a glee club, whatever you want to call it, being a part of a group of singers, assuming that this is during a non-COVID time. In my choral career, I have sung classical world music, I've sung jazz, I've sung barbershop, I have sung pop music, I've done all sorts of things in the choir and a cappella sphere. It can be a lot of fun singing these songs and making these friends, but there are some drawbacks, and we're going to try to go over as many as we can today. Joining a choir is cheaper than taking private singing lessons. Of course it is, because there are a lot of you. So even if you have to pay some sort of membership dues, it still comes down to less than what you would pay for private one-on-one instruction. However, because you aren't getting that one-on-one individualized attention, well, you're not going to progress as much as you would if you were getting one-on-one individualized attention. I definitely recommend choir for people who are already taking voice lessons and want to supplement them, and people who already have a decent sense of pitch and rhythm and tone and everything, and just want a place to practice. Another reason I recommend joining a choir as supplementary to any sort of private vocal lessons is that your choir director may place you in the wrong part. A choir director needs to make sure that the sound is balanced. That is part of their job. So what may end up happening is, if they have 100 altos and 0 sopranos, well, some of those altos are going to be singing soprano. That doesn't happen as often though. What is a little more likely to happen is there are 5 tenors and 5 basses, and those 5 tenors are overpowering the basses, so 1 or 2 of those tenors are going to move down to a bass baritone section. You can look at this as an opportunity to exercise a part of your voice you don't ordinarily work. You can also look at choir as not really being your end-all be-all. You're there to make friends or do something else that choir allows you to do. Which brings us to the next point. You probably are not the one choosing the repertoire. However, you can benefit from exposure to songs you would never listen to otherwise. When I was in choir, that's when I was introduced to barbershop music and world music. I grew up in Southern California, so I was already exposed to Spanish, but choir exposed me to French and Italian and German and even a sub-Saharan African language, whose name I cannot remember, sorry. You'll never be able to understand them, but you can sing them. When I was in high school, I was the worst with this, but a lot of my counterparts were also pretty terrible. Was I the worst? I was definitely top 10. We all tried to be the star of choir, which that's a terrible goal, just because the point of a chorus is that it's a group of people singing with no one person getting all of the attention. This is to tell you, you probably are not going to be the star of your choir. However, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you want to practice singing, but you don't want all of the attention yet. You know, with private voice lessons, they do have concerts that you can sing at, but if you're not ready for all of the attention to be on you, a choir may make a lot more sense for the first couple of performances. Once you get used to singing in a choir, then maybe you can graduate into singing on your own. Singing definitely draws people who are more vocal, shall we say. People who join a choir also are happy to have friends, okay? They're very social people, tend to join choirs. You also get some of the drama, which, like, I don't know, maybe that's actually a pro for some of you, I don't know. The biggest stopping point to joining a choir is most likely going to be the accessibility of it for a lot of people. Right now, we're in these COVID times, and we will eventually get past them. We have to. Even ignoring COVID-19 and the Omicron variant now, how many variants do we need? If you can't physically get yourself from point A to point B, you're probably not going to get to point B, okay? If you just don't have a choir nearby that you can join, well, you're probably not going to join one. However, I encourage everyone to look at their middle school, their high school, if you're still in school. If you've graduated, you can look at your community colleges. You can look at any sort of organization in your area. Lots of choirs have websites or are part of these national networks. You can go to your church. There are plenty of organizations around. There are opportunities, and this is one of those things where you can make your own opportunities, honestly. If you know that you want to sing and you're in your area and you know 3 other people who want to sing, you can form a quartet. If you all know extra people, you can always invite more and more people and figure it out as you go along. So hopefully this helped 1 or 2 of you out. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, follow me on social media. If you have a question, leave a comment, and I will see you all next time.